The Pequot Confederacy of present-day Long Island Sound survived the Great Pandemic of 1616 to 1619 relatively unscathed. After Dutch contact, the Pequot benefited economically from their proximity to whelk and quahog shell beds, manufacturing wampum beads in exchange for European merchandise. Nearby, English Puritans hungered for Pequot land, and their native allies, like the Narragansett, sought control of the wampum trade itself, looking to take Dutch trading posts and Pequot shell beds alike. As the profit motive exacerbated divisions amidst native nations and European colonial powers, a Virginia-based trader named John Stone, exiled from Massachusetts for assaulting a married woman, landed on Long Island Sound in 1634 in search of fur and wampum. He captured 2 Pequot men and made them lead his ship to treasure. Once they docked along the Connecticut River, however, more Pequot boarded the ship, destroyed it, and killed Stone. Massachusetts officials demanded reparations for the murder, despite having previously banished Stone. The Pequot prepared to provide wampum as was custom, but Governor Winthrop of Massachusetts rejected them, seeking to exploit a recent smallpox epidemic to kick the Pequot while they were down. When the Pequot of Block Island killed another invasive English trader, John Oldham, in 1636, the colonizers retaliated, killing 10 Pequot soldiers. Then, Governor Winthrop ordered a militia of 100 under John Endicott, to whom he paid a commission, to kill every man on Block Island, enslave the women and children, and seize Pequot wealth. Upon arrival, they destroyed wigwams, corn, and any infrastructure they could find. The Narragansett sachem Maiantonomo quickly traveled to Boston and aligned his people with Puritan operations against the Pequot. As Ned Blackhawk explains, neither party was to make peace with the Pequot without the other's consent, and neither could harbor them. This would be a war of annihilation. The English traditionally viewed bodily dismemberment as an exhibition of imperial power, so the next time they met with the Pequot, they demanded the decapitated heads of the men that killed John Stone. The Pequot denied this request, so the Puritans burned down a village, destroying its fields with more feed fighting. This and the Pequot counterattack at Fort Saybrook officially launched the Pequot War. The English Puritans murdered or enslaved most Pequot men and captured many women and children, all divided among themselves or sold to Caribbean colonies. On May 25, 1637, the English in Narragansett ended the official war by obliterating a town of 400 Pequot, the Mystic Massacre. Governor Winthrop interpreted this act of genocide as a symbol of providential glory. In 1 year, the Puritans dismantled the Pequot Confederacy. After the war, the Narragansett pulled out of their alliance with the colonists, claiming the English were too furious and slayed too many men. It's not that the English were more advanced, but that they were more willing to kill. The Puritans continued to hunt and murder fleeing Pequot and anyone who provided them sanctuary. Severed Pequot heads and hands became trophies and proof of allegiance to New England. In the aftermath of the war, the New English consolidated power, controlling Block Island, northern Long Island Sound, and the watershed of the Connecticut River. With increasingly diversified trading, fishing, and farming, and with the development of their own wampum factories, the Puritan economy stabilized English North America throughout the 17th century, particularly after the Dutch lost New Netherland to England after the Second Anglo-Dutch War. In 1638, a ship called the Desire transported enslaved Pequot to the Caribbean in exchange for cotton, tobacco, and enslaved Africans, the first of whom to arrive in New England. Half of New England's wealth would eventually come from sugar cultivated by enslaved Africans from the West Indies.